Hey guys, it's Brody. The F2L case on screen now is a case that's really difficult for beginners. In my opinion, being able to do this case and its mirror well is the best way to tell a good solver apart from a bad one. So today, I'm going to teach you 2 tricks to solve this case better. Let's get started. So here is the case I'm talking about. When you have your corner and edge connected wrong like this and they're matching colors on top. So what a lot of beginners would do for this is disconnect them like that and then connect them and then insert. And that is quite inefficient, not very ergonomic, and in general that's not what you want to be doing. So here's the real trick about this. And this applies to both this case and the mirror, which I will be going over as well in this video. So, when you have this case, you can do something kind of special. You can do a different way to disconnect them that sets them up in a much easier way. If you disconnect them by moving the corner over the edge, then it will set up to a 3-move insert. Watch. I have them in this position, and if I go R, U prime, R prime, you can see here, now I have the 3-move insert. And so from this angle, I need to rotate and insert. When all of your slots are open, you have a ton of freedom with doing this. So here, I have all my slots open, and I have the mirror of the previous case, but it's the same concept. Since I have all my slots open, I can move it to the back here, and I can go R prime, U, R, U prime, and then insert the pair with RU R prime. Even if this slot is filled, since you still have a bunch of other open slots, you can still solve this without rotating. In this case, I'm going to move it over to the left, and then I'm going to solve it in a similar way by moving the corner over the edge, this time with L prime UL, and it sets up to the same 3-move insert, so I can just move it over and insert with RUR prime. In some cases though, you will need to rotate, either because these 2 slots are filled, or for the mirror because the edge would be misoriented. So in this case, I would probably just use F moves for the start and then finish off like normal. Using F moves is a replacement for using one of the 2 slots that's filled. So from this case, I do F prime, U, F, and then that sets up to the same spot, and then I can just insert the pair. With this case, you can do a very similar thing, except here you have the option of either using F moves or rotating. So here I could go like that and then rotate and insert it, or I could start off the same way with R, U prime, R prime, and then use F moves to insert my pair. Either one can work, it's just up to which you feel more comfortable with doing. That's the main way to do this case, but when you have this case as your last F2L pair, that way isn't always the best way. Depending on the position of certain misoriented edges, there are a few good algs that you can do that will solve the pair and do EO, which may or may not be worth it compared to the regular solution, but that's for you to decide for yourself. So first of all, let's show you this. In this case, you can see that our misoriented U-layer edge is in the front. And when you have this, you know that doing the regular solution like I showed before will solve your EO. If you have the mirror of that previous case, then there are a few more things you can do. So in this case, I have all of my edges oriented. You can tell because yellow is on top for all of these, and yellow is on the front right here. And so for this, what I sometimes do is insert the corner with RUR prime, and then do U2, and then I have this case right here, which you can just solve like that with double inverse sexy. That's not a fantastic thing to do, but it does preserve EO, and you don't have a ton of great options there in the first place. But there is one other good option worth mentioning, and this is actually also useful as an OLL skip case. So here I've got the exact same thing, all my edges oriented, and if you look closely, I've also got all of my corners oriented as well. And that's how you know when this alg will skip OLL. So, if you want to do the same case in a slightly different way, you can do this alg. R prime, D prime, R, U prime, R prime, D, R, and then insert the pair like normal with U, R, U prime, R prime. I basically only use that for the OLL skip, but if you want to use it for EO or even just for that case in general, regardless of slots and other things, feel free to do that. And the last real EO trick I have for this is when you have this version of the case and your one misoriented edge is in the back. Now this might seem like a place where you just want to do the regular case, but there is a slightly strange, cool alg that you can use, and I use this whenever it applies. So when you have this in back, this will solve the case and EO. So you do R, wide L, U prime, R prime, U, wide L prime, U2, R, U prime, R prime. There's another version of that alg that is actually the best way to solve this pair when it's going into the back. And so the way I do that is R2, F, R, F prime R, U2, R prime, U, R. I think that's really useful in the back, but again, it's subjective and you can decide whether or not you want to use it. But back to the EO case from before, there is an alternative to this that's slightly less strange. So, instead of doing weird stuff with B moves or wide R moves or however you want to do it, you could just do a U to move it over and then do F inverse sexy, which is U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, and then R, U, R prime for your 3-move insert. That's something that I don't do very often, but it definitely is something that wouldn't be bad, definitely, and if you like it better than the other alg I showed, it's definitely worth using. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other solutions, make sure to leave them in the comments, and if they're good enough, I'll add them to the description and credit you for it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out my social media with the links in the description. If you really want to help me out, you can bookmark the SpeedCubeShop link in the description, which earns me commission and helps me make more awesome videos like this. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.